Well, hello everybody. Welcome back. We're in the backyard today. We're catching up on some garden stuff. We were gone for a week up in Las Vegas, so we're catching up, adding more. When you go to Home Depot and things like that, you always end up buying more stuff or going to Armstrong and we did those things actually. So we're going to be doing some of that stuff, just hanging out, catching you guys up on what's going on. It's been busy. It's been really busy, so we'll do that, and yeah, that's about it. Plus, we got to show you the progress on the old garden, and there's quite a bit. Surprisingly, it's only been, I don't know what the day was that we put this in. We'll have to look up the date, but I'd say we're coming on maybe 10 days, 2 weeks, something like that. Maybe 10 days sounds about more accurate. Between 10 days and 2 weeks, and quite a bit of growth. So we're excited to show you that. We had gone to Disneyland in the interim as well. We went to the farmer's market yesterday. That was fun. What else have we been doing? Kind of just recovering from Vegas because it was exhausting. It was awesome. If you haven't seen that video, please go check out the video on our experience on Vegas road trip. That was the name of the show. And that's what it was. It was also a metaphor for Kurt Cobain, his road trip of his art life, the people he's picked up along the way. That's what he says anyways. I liked it. I think it's a great metaphor. But yeah, you can road trip. You can use road trip as a metaphor for a lot of things. And so it definitely worked for us. Now we're on the road trip of the garden. We're going to use it there. We've just started that trip. We haven't even crossed the California border yet. We're not even into Arizona yet. You know what I mean? That's where we're at. We're doing good. Car's handling good because it's already hot out. So, we're like, hey, cool. Yeah, we're good. Going to be good when we cross through Arizona. All right, first update, corn. This stuff has been growing like bamboo. And maybe that's what it does. But my goodness, it's tripled at least in size. It's it's the most growth we've seen out of everything, and I guess to be expected. Like I said, my goal was to stand in there and take pictures of me standing in my corn looking optimistic towards the sunrise. Think I'm gonna get that wish. Now obviously parts of it get more sun than others, but we knew that going in, and we were like, whatever. Obviously certain parts will have more growth because of that, but that's how it goes. The cool thing about that corn is that it's kind of a mixed kernel, like it's kind of yellow and white combination. So I'm excited about that. I mean, I'll take it however it comes, but that's exciting. I think that'll be the end of the season, end of the summer, like a harvest time, right? I always see, the cornfields around September, right? When they're all starting to, when you go through the corn maze and all that, right? And we're going to have a corn maze in the backyard. No, I'm going to stand in there and be like, I'm in the corn maze with Malachi. I'm going to defer from making Field of Dreams references. I'll leave that to you guys. You're way better at that stuff than me. But anyways, yeah, we're excited about the corn. That was, I think I said before, that was the oddball, the wild card, the roll the dice on something weird. That was the corn. But so far so good. It like even if it doesn't produce corn, it's growing, it's alive. We're successful there. So, and we got to break out of the vegetable garden real quick to get our first rose bloom has shown up. It's Julia Child, and Katie's making a shadow on there. Thank you, Katie. Okay.
Heart.
Anyways,
She's so perfect.
It's been blooming as we've been out here for the last 20 minutes. It's opening up, so I wanted to show it now, and then hopefully I'll show it in a little while at the end of the video, and you can see that it's literally opening up as we speak. So. Julia Charles.
Julia, and that's from Costco.
Yeah, healthy one, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Now, Julie Andrews is not going to be too late to the party. Look, she's going to be fashionably late, of course. And a queen is never late, right, Katie?
Everyone else is simply early.
Yeah, of course.
All right, Spencer had to take a phone call inside, but in the meantime, I took out the artichokes. They were just taking up way too much real estate. And just knowing that there's the likelihood that they're probably, if I'm very, 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 very lucky, that they'll probably only give me one artichoke, I decided I'm moving them. So I'm still kind of trying to find a location for them. I think I know where I'm going to put them. So I'll work on that. It's nothing too exciting, just finding a spot, you know, so we'll see. We'll deal with that later. But in the meantime, I got some seeds to go here, and I'll show you what those are real quick. Let me go get them. Here's what I got. I got some carrots. I'm going to do a couple of the rainbow carrots, I guess you'd say. Like rainbow blend. What does it say? Carnival blend? I don't know, but I'm going to try it. Then I also just grabbed some regular carrots. Now, I've heard that carrots are really difficult to grow, so I'm not expecting that this is going to work for the first time. Also, I learned that you're supposed to probably like sprout them before you just sow them into the ground, but again, we're just going to kind of go for it. It's a little bit of chaotic gardening, but I'm here for it. Another thing I grabbed were some watermelon radishes. But yeah, so I grabbed some of these. I really, really like these, and the fact that I found 2 packets, I was pretty excited. So again, we're just gonna try it. I know that they don't take a ton of room, so we're gonna do it. The other thing, there was 1 bag of these left. It's the mouse melon cucumbers, so it's like a cucamelon. It says they're adorable little watermelons that taste like cucumbers and are fun to grow. These will also need to grow vertically, which I want to say a huge thank you to everybody who let me know that the squash and the cucumber and the peas are going to grow up vertically. I don't know why my brain just didn't think of that. So that's why we put the tomato cages up, and you know, we'll kind of take it from there, but we do have some way to make things vertical. So I'm going to put a little bit more soil down, some of the good soil that we got, and then we're going to put these seeds in, and again, we'll see what happens. I don't know. It's just kind of fun and kind of stupid, but this little spot, we have this like area here that just has like nothingness, and I had a little bit of extra soil, so I just kind of scattered it. And I had a bunch of seeds, like wildflower seeds. So I put them in there and watered, and I don't know how, but it's all sprouting up like crazy. Like, I don't know if you can see these big flowers, by the way, just so I can tell you, these were in my stepdad's backyard. And he was like, here, do you want a few? Let's just see. They took. I can't believe it, but they are happy and... like, who would have thought? So maybe they gave everybody the idea to grow. But yeah, look at these. Like, within 3 days, these already popped up. Again, I just sprinkled seeds. Like, that's it. And they are growing like crazy. I just have to... I know we have a sprinkler, some water system back here, but yeah, who knows how much we'll actually, like, survive and do it. But I'm excited nonetheless. I also took some succulents, and we had this fountain in our courtyard in the front, and I decided to just do another succulent thing with an old fountain that was here when we moved in. Same thing with another one we have in our courtyard. I don't know if I've ever showed that, but succulents, and they tend to do well. And again, I just sprinkled a few seeds in there, and we'll see what happens. Looks like so far so good. So... yeah, again, it's just a weird, unloved corner that I'm just trying to beautify. It's going to take time, obviously. I'm going to put some more succulents in there. It's not going to stay like that, but hopefully some flowers will grow. And if not, I'll buy some other flowers, put some more soil in, and, you know, really try. But I figured try the seed method, see if it works. If it doesn't, that's plan B. And actually, here is the hummingbird and butterfly mix. I think I just got it at Home Depot. I saw it sitting there, and I said, why not? Let's try it. So we did, and so far so good. I need to sprinkle these everywhere. We also got this fern today. We're going to be doing like a whole fern situation over here, and I'm just kind of like placing things now so we can start to decide where things are going to go. But yeah, we'll see. We're going to do more ferns back here, but for now, at least, like, that's fern number 1. You know, snapdragons are doing good. We might have to like take those out of that little planter. We've had that planter thing with those snapdragons since we lived in Irvine. So like a year before we moved out of Irvine. So that's what, like 2 years now, maybe 3? Pretty crazy. Everything you see hanging here is a rescue. So Home Depot was just getting rid of these. I think they were like $4 or something like that. So we were like, well, we'll give it a try. Why not? This was like really dying. It was in bad shape. But it's doing great now. Look at that, slowly but surely. Same thing with this one. It's doing good now. Not doing too bad. Some are yet to bloom, and it's good because it only gets partial sun here. So this is kind of the perfect spot for these flowers here. This is the part that needed the most work. So these, I think they're impatiens. I'm not sure, but they're planted all around, and I put some of that seed mix in there just, yesterday. So it looks pretty bad and pathetic now, trust me. But I have a feeling we're gonna be pleasantly surprised. I think I might have to add some soil to this. I had a bunch of hummingbird feeders, but these pink flowers here, these are so crazy with the pollinator family that I think they just caught on to the nectar, and it was just, I tried everything. It just didn't work. So that being said, we're going the natural route. I did the hummingbird and pollinator mix, and they're just gonna hopefully get along in harmony. We'll get some pretty flowers. We'll see. We'll keep you updated, obviously, but just remember how gross it looks right now. But I have a good feeling that we're gonna see some beautiful flowers overflowing from these very soon. I'm gonna add some more over here too, and then this is eventually going to be the fairy garden, which we still haven't done yet. But you know, if you've been watching this channel, you know we just have so many projects we're doing. It's too hard to do it all. I still just can't believe how many strawberries have like grown in so quickly. Like, that is insane. And I have to be careful because of the birds, so we have to build some sort of a something around this. And right now we've been lucky though, they haven't even touched them. We've also got some boysenberries coming in. I don't know if you can tell, but this is my first boysenberry, and it's growing. Like just yesterday, it looked like that one. So it's coming in. They're doing pretty good, and it's a climber, so we're gonna end up putting something behind it, like a good trellis, and you know. But we first got to figure out how to. I'm gonna pick these strawberries though today or tomorrow. Look at them though, the seascape strawberries. They are just coming in though. Really good. I also gotta plant these marigolds. I believe they're marigolds. And we'll see what happens. I just also can't believe how big this pepper is. Like this guy's coming. Oh, thankfully the air conditioner turned off. Yeah, look at how big this pepper is. So cool. And then this was the additional pepper that I got. This one's like, what is this one? There's what this one is. Mini snack pepper. And I moved I had some oregano right there, but I moved it and I'm going to put it right here. I just have to plant that next, but it's going to sit right there. And yeah, we've even got some of these San Marzano tomatoes growing in. I don't know how close I can get you, but there's two of them there. It looks like we got another one coming in right there. So that one's really starting to produce. I don't know about these. I haven't looked very closely. You may have noticed I did stick some basil back there. All right, I'm gonna put some of the soil in and hopefully get these seeds laid down. May they work, I don't know. Hopefully that's enough. I can never tell. But we already have so much soil in there. Whoa, please don't fall over. We already have so much soil in there, so I think we should be okay. But I don't know. Better to have some new fresh, a nice fresh layer for these. I think I need like a couple scoops more. I'm just gonna take it with the shovel. Do it this way. Oops. All right, I think one more scoop ought to do it. It's kind of fun like doing this gardening thing and not really knowing 100% of what you're doing and just kind of like hoping things are going to work out. I don't know. Like, we've done a little bit of research, but not too much. And then I always appreciate all the tips and tricks. Somebody did tell me about, for the corn, doing the corn, I think the beans and the squash together. That was really cool. But I already laid them down, so I was like, well, not going to change it now. But if I ever have more space over there or something, we'll definitely do that. But for now, I appreciate that. I can't even believe how much the squash and the zucchini are just like, they've like exploded. Somebody said they were watching another channel. I can't remember who it was, but he's like been gardening for a long time. And they were like, dude, it's going to explode. Like, it's going to go, like, the tiny area you did, no go for show. You're going to need to, like, make sure it's growing vertical. Yeah, they weren't kidding. Like, this is barely, it's already like, so I'm probably going to have to, like, build onto these tomato cages. But we have room to go up. So we should be okay. We should be okay. And if not, we have to move stuff eventually. But we're going to kind of work with what we have and what we already have going, and we'll see what happens. Okay, let's go grab the seeds and the hose because I want to make sure it's nice and moist. I heard that when they're seeds, you have to keep them like literally moist AF all the time. So in addition to the water we already have set up, we're going to have to like water it more. I'm going to sprinkle the carrots, and then obviously, like, if they sprout and we are lucky enough, I will make sure to, you know, kind of put them in a better position. But right now we're just trying to get them to sprout. That's literally, I'm going to do like the rainbow over here, the regular right here, and then I'll try the radishes and the, you know, the watermelon cucumber thing like right over here, because these are cucumbers. That's my thought. So hopefully this works. Yeah, this is literally the most like chaotic gardening without any plans, but I'm here for it. I hope these babies sprout. How cool would that be if that really happened? Okay, there's the rainbow. And here's going to be the kind of regular carrots. Carrots, I really would like it if you would just happen to work. Like, that would just be really cool of you. Comment below if you think the carrots are actually going to work. I'm really doubting them myself, if I'm being honest. Okay, now we're going to do the radish. The radish right here. Oh, okay. I only got 2 of the radish. Okay, and then we've got the melon cucumbers right over here. Oh, these are in like a really small packet. Okay. These look like literal sesame seeds. Okay, now I'm going to pack them down a little bit. I think I'm going to use maybe my little shovel. And I don't care if the carrots mix. Like, that is not even something I'm stressing about. Just trying to see if we could get some sprouts here. Spence, do you think the carrots are going to work?
Yeah.
You think so?
Sure.
All right. I like your optimism.
Everything's gonna work. I just don't know the abundance level.
Yeah. It's just seeds I've never had luck with. Like, I don't think I've ever been able to grow anything from seed except for flowers, like the wildflowers like I was showing everybody earlier.
As long as you keep it moist for the seed process.
That's what they said. They said it has to be very, very...
The drip lines?
Yeah, I scooted them out of the way.
Okay.
And then that way you can... I mean...
You don't want the ground to get wet, so... Hopefully...
Try seeds. Do your magic. I think it said if I did this right, it's 10 to 25 days till they'll emerge. I don't know. I'm not trying to be negative. It's just that I think I've had so many failed seed things because the science of it I'm not good at, but I'm trying to just remain positive and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It says that this melon cucumber, if it works, this could go in 4 to like 10 days. So that could be cool.
So it's kind of cool that we're getting so much growth already out of this stuff. It's always nice to see progress because then it's motivating, when things take a while, which they do, especially, growing cycles. It's nice to have, something to judge it off of, be like, yeah, it's actually like, growing, especially, when you check it every day. Sometimes it's hard to notice progress, but like in the case of the corn, even if you check every day, that thing's crazy. So I hope it fruits. We have to, pollinate it and all that. I was even told by somebody to use like a leaf blower, blow around all the pollen, shake them up, whatever. There's a few methods, I'm sure. If you guys know, let me know. The leaf blower is pretty funny, though.
All right, as you can see, the sun is setting. Spencer's sitting over there. Greta's right here. There's a mess. Yeah, we got to clean some stuff up, but we still have a little bit more to do in the front yard, so I might save that. Save that stuff, save the mess, clean it up after, everything. But let me show you everything we ended up doing today. So we had this big old basil. We don't eat this at all. It's just this basil still survived. It was actually next to the German princess tomato in its own little like container, kind of over there. Like, see the basil forest right there? I think it was over there, if I'm not mistaken, or it was in one of those. I'm not sure. Anyway, so we decided to just put it next to the beefsteak, and it's crazy because the beefsteak's already grown. Spence had to kind of hook it around the top of that cage right there. So we'll see. If it doesn't work out, we'll pull it out. I heard that having and again, I think they're called marigolds. I'm not remembering. I'm a little tired. But I guess having those companion plants next to tomatoes and vegetables is a good thing. Apparently, like aphids will tend to eat those before the tomatoes. So again, we're kind of going with it. We'll see what happens. It might work. So I threw some marigolds. Again, forgive me if I'm saying that wrong. I think that's what they are. But we put those suckers in there. Also some basil you can see back there. Hopefully it makes a difference. Then, let's see here. I trimmed down some of the lower leaves of the pepper plant because that way it can focus on just making way for that beautiful fruit right there. Same thing with this pepper plant. What are those called again? Snack peppers. Oof, that'll be so good. Moved the other basil over here to this corner. And we kind of trimmed this one. Again, remember, this was in a container, and we're just giving it one last shot. We'll see. I have doubts that that's even going to survive. I think it's got, like, stunted growth or something. But it's worth trying, don't you think? Like, we've both... Spencer said he's tried to grow peppers before with absolutely no success. I heard it's really difficult to grow, so... we're both not very optimistic about these three right here at all. But again, it's worth trying, don't you think? I wish actually, I feel like you could see really well when the sun is not coming down. The sun is totally off everything. We also moved the irrigation lines, so hopefully everything will get sprayed. I will manually keep this extremely wet and soaked and moist soil. Yeah, I use the word moist. But yeah, I will make sure that I keep that nice and wet. And if there is any other suggestions, I heard there was a suggestion to try and keep this like covered or something like that until we get some sprouts. I don't know. I feel like we'll be okay. We're going to try it out. And I think I'm going to pick these strawberries tomorrow. That's what I think I'm going to do. They're nice and red, but I mean, I also didn't see it earlier, but look at how red, like they're just going off. I have to say, keeping the soil acidic has really, really helped. And we're going to soon have to get something going for the boysenberry to keep that climbing up. I'm not sure where we're going to put it or what we're going to do, but it's going to happen. And one last look at the Julia Child's beautiful rose. Look at that. Isn't she beautiful? It's like it opened up just for tonight. It was like, oh, you're filming? Here you go. The Disneyland rose, on the other hand, if you go to Disneyland and you see, I haven't seen any of those bloom yet at all. So I think those are probably a little closer to summer. We're getting there. We have this Floribunda, this group right here. I think those are going to be the first to go, but we still do have some buds there. But I think honestly, if anybody is going to open up next, it's going to be our queen, Julie Andrews. She's coming next. It's hard because I didn't realize when I got the Julie and Julia how badly I would keep mixing those up, but here we are. So Spence put some fertilizer in there and some more soil, especially in the Disneyland rose. That one really needed it, because you got to remember, we haven't put any other soil or anything in there since we lived in Irvine, and we got that, what, 2 years before we moved, if I'm not mistaken? So it's been a while. I'm going to put some water in there now so that the fertilizer can do its thing. And yeah, I'm excited. I wonder if this will bloom even more tomorrow. I think we'll get a bloom. She's just a tiny one, but beautiful. I just have really high hopes for the cucumbers and the beans there. What are they called again? Kentucky. I got Kentucky Wonder Beans. I have really high hopes for these. I haven't seen any tendrils yet. Sorry, Greta. Greta, come here. Come here. Over this way. You're in the way. Greta! She just wants to go on her evening walk. That's what's happening right now. Come here, Greta. And sit on my lap. Sit on my lap. There you go. There you go. Happier. Okay. So yeah, I haven't seen any tendrils yet, but I feel like right here is the beginning of one. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I'm looking for them so I can help kind of make sure that they're on either, one of these. You probably couldn't even see that, but I did string everywhere like a crazy person for the first layer. And then once they get above that, I'm going to just keep doing it and make them as supported as possible. It's just tripping me out though, because these squash were so tiny when we planted them. Like, for everybody that said they were going to just blow up, I mean, you guys were not exaggerating. I can't even believe it. When I look over here, I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, I'm hoping that they don't like totally overflow this way and we really get them to grow up. But if they do, it's okay. I'm not somebody who likes everything like perfectly tidy. I think it's fun to have nature just kind of do its thing. And the seeds, I just don't know about the seeds. I'm trying not to be pessimistic, but I don't know. The thing that still is so shocking to me, though, is how fast that corn has grown. Like, isn't that crazy? I feel like when we planted them, if I'm not mistaken, they were really tiny. And now look at them. They're going off. I know Spence is really excited. He wants to take a photo in the... How bad do you want to take a photo in the corn? You can't hear him because he doesn't have a mic, but he's excited. You're excited? Raise your hand if you're excited. It's so peaceful back here when the sun is setting, by the way. We still have our neighbor gave us a plumeria, like cutting a big old, like basically a tree. So we're going to plant that.
The last of the Julia is getting her last little bit
I'm going to tell you what Spence said. He said the Julia child's getting the last little bit of sun. That's it.
She opened up?
A lot more. She did open up a lot more. So I think overall, though, everybody's doing really good. And we haven't had any losses yet. And we know there's going to be some loss, right? Like there has to be some. I mean, maybe there doesn't. What do you think, Greta? Do you think everything's going to work out? She's wagging her tail. Do you think everything's going to work out? Oh, she's going to Spence. Oh, no. What? Do you think he's going to take you on the WALK? She's ready to go on a WALK. Aren't ya?
Me too.
You are too?
I need to be walked.
Gotta take Spence on a walk too. Greta. Greta. Greta Goo.